Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our WNCT Now digital news update. My name is Kelsey O'Donnell, broadcasting live from our digital studio. We are continuing to track the coronavirus across North Carolina. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the updated numbers for today. According to state health leaders, almost 107,000 people have tested positive for the coronavirus. You can take a look up on your screen. The death toll is more than 1,700 people. Now, on a lighter note, the number of recoveries is over 78,000. Now, it is a similar situation across counties here in the east. More are reporting increase in cases. If you take a look again up on your screen, here's an updated number for Thursday, July 23rd. Duplin County's total is now up to 1,820 confirmed cases. In Pitt County, 1,313 people are infected. Meanwhile, Craven, Lenoir, Greene, Beaufort, and Bertie counties are also reporting increases in cases. Now, it is important to note that these numbers up on the screen do not factor in individuals who have currently recovered from the coronavirus. It is just a total count since the coronavirus began in North Carolina, more specifically right here in eastern North Carolina counties. So in other news, one person is injured after a fire at a Jacksonville hotel. Jacksonville police and EMS got the call to the Comfort Suites near North Marine Boulevard yesterday afternoon. A 51-year-old woman from Maysville was injured in the fire. She is in critical but stable condition at the UNC Chapel Hill Burn Center. Police are looking into the cause of the fire, and anyone with information is asked to call the Jacksonville Police Department. Meanwhile, a Beaufort County man is saying he's trying to stay positive after a fire destroyed his woodworking shop. The cause of the downtown Washington fire is still under investigation. Lee Galt owns Bear Creek Woodworks in downtown Washington. He lost more than $50,000 of lumber and equipment in a fire early Wednesday morning. Galt says he thinks the fire started on the roof. Now, he was working out of his garage just a year ago. Now he has to start all over again.
We're not going to stay down on the mat. We're going to try and find somewhere else to open up shop in town. All the support that I've received, I can't thank everybody enough. It's as much for my employees and the guys I work with every day as it is for me and my family. We all were dependent on this.
Galt is trying to stay positive despite the setback. He says he's ready to get back to work. His friend set up a GoFundMe account to help with expenses. That information can be found on our website at WNCT.com. Now, as the temperatures continue to rise, many people are trying to stay cool, and it's a likewise situation for all outdoor workers. They're not only trying to stay cool, but trying to stay safe while getting the job done. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, nearly half of all workers nationwide spend part of their workday outdoors. Wells Home Improvement has several crews working outside this week in Pitt County. Owner Jim Wells says his priority is making sure his employees are staying safe and hydrated.
It's very hot, and it's kind of hard to imagine, but about twice as the heat as it is on the ground. We have to come off the roof at least once per hour and rehydrate.
If you or your loved ones are working outside in the heat, it's important to get plenty of water, rest, and shade. Take as many frequent breaks as you can. Also plan for any emergencies and their prevention. You can find more information on staying safe in the heat on our website at WNCT.com. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more news just after this.
Online originals, local stories.
A grant is allowing Duplin County to continue helping senior citizens.
Local documentaries.
Here today at the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina. They've just finished their expansion.
Special features.
I certainly need some help with my skills on archery.
Behind the scenes.
From tap rooms to retail to fitness.
Everything you need at your fingertips. WNCT.com online originals.
Now, again, you can find everything that I am talking about today online at WNCT.com, as well as those online originals. Now, turning back to North Carolina, fox sightings have gone up. Over the weekend in Greensboro, a woman found herself fighting for her life after a rabid fox broke into her home. Daniel Pierce shares the woman's terrifying story.
I don't know what else you could do. I mean, maybe throw a pillow at it or throw a blanket over it or something like that.
Julie Laughlin didn't have enough time to grab a pillow or grab her sheets. All she could do Sunday night was grab the fox that entered her home by the neck and pray.
I was praying that I would live.
Julie was in bed. Her 9-year-old beagle Duchess was on the floor when a fox crept through the doggy door and ran into her room.
It was very scary because they've got very strong mouths.
A very strong mouth latched onto Julie's ankle and snapped at her finger. She frantically was able to dial 911 as she held it down for 12 minutes.
Right on my bed, I've got my hand around his neck and my feet all crossing.
Can you get away from the fox?
Oh.
Police busted down her patio door and pulled the fox off of her.
I didn't think a fox or anything else. I didn't even think another dog could get in.
This is the 8th confirmed rabies case in Greensboro this year, a concern for Julie and her neighbors who have also seen more foxes.
Down here, right in front of the White House.
Yao Lily says in the last 2 weeks she's seen them come close to her house.
It never dawned on me that it could have had rabies. I didn't even think about that.
Animal control leaders say the recent sightings could be from a number of reasons. The warm weather, mating season being between January and March, and now mothers are having babies, or they're looking for food. Julie warns everyone to simply stay on alert.
I left that door open to the house, off the sun porch, so she could get in and out. We don't do that anymore.
In lighter news, the Tokyo Olympic Games are just 1 year away from today. Take a look at this. It's a countdown clock in Tokyo, Japan that flashes 365 days from today, marking the 1 year mark until the Summer Olympics. The opening ceremony for the 2020 Games was supposed to be held tomorrow, July 24th, but the Games were postponed because of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. But hey, 1 year will fly by before we know it. Now, this will wrap up our late afternoon WNCT Now digital news update. Be sure to stick around for our newscast coming up tonight at 5 on air and online at WNCT.com. Thanks so much for watching.